I am a nutritionist and I work with functional MDs in LA. And now we're doing all over the country and a few different parts of the world where I do a lot of maintenance work, right? So if someone has a hormonal disorder like PCOD, PCOS, or just other functional disorders like maybe type 2 diabetes, I work with patients to help maintain their lifestyle so that they can get off medication or reverse their conditions. So that's one thing that I do. I also work with, so I do a lot of group challenges just to motivate people to move and to, start with the health and fitness journey. And I work and partner with multiple brands on social media. So those are my three different businesses. And my most important job is that I'm a mom. I have two amazing kids, and they're still, they're 8 and 11. So that's a big part of my what I do. And the way it all started was, so I'm going to give you the shorter version of the story. I had a corporate job in Hollywood, and it was really high stress and a lot of work, weekends, late nights, a lot of client servicing. And it kind of took a toll on my health. And because I was much younger and very ambitious, I kind of let it slide, right? And before I knew it, my health was completely compromised. I was overweight, but more than that, I had like functional issues. I had high blood pressure, and it's so interesting. I feel like we all know when something's off, right? Our body's so clever. It's constantly telling us, you have a headache, your clothes are not fitting you the way they used to, you're not sleeping well, right? And we kind of ignore all that till something happens. And that's exactly what happened to me. We were in our late 20s and trying to start a family. And I couldn't get pregnant. I couldn't conceive.
Mm.
And after, I think, a year of trying, we went to see a fertility specialist. And she asked me, she said, "Are you aware that you have put on over 25 pounds in just this last 12 months?" And I was like, "Wait, no,
Wow.
last 12 months? Are you sure? Like, hasn't it been longer?" And she said, "No, like, I'm just looking at your chart." And she said, "Your hormones are off, your blood." It was just, I was completely at a rock bottom as far as my health was
Yeah.
concerned. And I think at that point, I was just like, I can never forget, that moment where you're like, this has nothing, I mean, forget having babies. If I want to live and if I want to live long enough, I really need to change something. So I
Yeah.
started making, I started doing all the research and making changes in the way I was eating and moving. And surely enough, I saw changes in how I was feeling, and the weight went off. I got pregnant naturally, and my entire life changed. I was just so much happier. It was like the fog lifted. And I think everyone around me saw that. I feel like that's how it all started, because people started asking me what I'm doing. Why am I, looking better? Why have I lost the weight? How did I get pregnant without IVF? And I just started sharing with like my neighbor, my cousins, and people who I know. And it just went from there. And then it was referrals, and people started asking me. I think there was a point when I was like, maybe I should charge for this. And I think I would charge like it literally was like, I think I started charging like $100 for like the whole thing, like my entire consultation. And I'm like, yeah, sure, call me whenever you want. We'll do as many follow-ups as you want. There was no real business concept, right, to it. And so that went on for quite some time. I did a lot of free work. I showed up everywhere, and I just loved doing it. And then there came a point when I was like, this is great, but I'm doing it for 10 hours a day with two babies, so I think I should get paid for it. So then it became a one-on-one coaching thing, and then slowly evolved into an online business, and then came all the scaling up. But the moral of the story is that I think that all of us know that, we need to change. I feel like that sense is there when you see your health depleting. And I see it again and again in all my clients, and I'm sure you see it too. It's like
Yeah.
people will come to you when they don't have a choice. right? And they're like at a point where they've been diagnosed with something, or they're so severely compromised that they have to change. And I
Yeah.
wish that that changes and we start from the beginning. You know, we it becomes a part of who we are, and we don't have to get to that point.